congratulations on the win. I'm guessing that's not quite how you would have preferred it to go. What did you think worked and didn't work, especially after you went up a man?
Well, we didn't score when we went up a man, if that's your point. I think it's pretty obvious. You know, sometimes it's hard. You know, we've gone through games where you go up a man and you have a result. I mean, Rothrock did it last year. We're up two men. We waited till the 93rd minute or something like that. He scored in Houston. You know, was the penalty a penalty when Christian headed the ball against the guy's chest or arm? I don't know, but I could say Christian probably should have scored. I mean, if he scores that, or then that alleviates any sort of VAR decision at the end of the game. Did we do enough smart things when we were up a man? Yeah, we kept them pinned back, but, you know, Georgie a couple, you know, highlight reel stuff, but was there consistent on both sides, really getting in the prime assist zone? Were there enough numbers in the box? Those are things we'll look at, but Jeremiah right now, it doesn't matter how we play, really. I mean, we're in control, and we won. So that's the biggest takeaway from me, and that's what I told him in the locker room.
Stay in the front row of it, Jada and Maz.
Thanks for the time, Brian. Your substitutions were earlier than normal. Can you, let me say it this way. On the radio, Morris was.
I'm trying to debunk that theory.
Excuse me?
I'm trying to debunk that theory.
I'll do more research.
Okay.
But I just want to kind of verify though, if Morris was pulled for tightness, and then as far as the reasoning for bringing Georgie in to get some speed on the move.
It's pretty simple. It's an easy answer. Jordan has some hamstring tightness, and we're not going to risk it. And then when Raul came in, Raul is a different center forward. And so what we wanted to do was have two really true out-and-out wingers that could get down to the touchline, and Raul's movement inside the box when you have a team pushed back, that's what Raul needs. So that was the reasoning for the subs.
It seemed the second half though also Olsen made some changes too. Was there, did the second half look a lot different, or with the way that you wanted as far as versus the first half when things looked a lot worse?
This was going to be a tight series, Jada, because the two teams are defensively very good. You know, we've had our challenges this year, sometimes scoring goals. Did we create enough? Again, some of those tactical issues, we'll watch the film and, you know, watch the film last time we were down in Houston. Those are all valid questions. Again, I would just repeat that those guys put the effort in. We were close on a couple of occasions, a couple of half chances here or there with a little bit more savvy, a little bit better decision making, maybe a little more patience, if that makes sense. You know, could we, you know, you got an opportunity here, but if we would have kept it, brought it back out, brought it to the other side and balanced them, stretched them widthwise, would that have been a little bit better? Maybe.
Awesome.
Brian, how important is it in playoffs? Just, you've talked about this team, your resiliency, determination. Just games like this, there's so many ebbs and flows in this game. How important was it for your team to stay focused? You know, even penalty, not penalty. Let's go to the, you know.
Yeah.
How important is that in these games?
Well, the team responded well mentally. I mean, maybe physically, we could have scored the goal, but yeah, mentally they were very good. There's a couple guys got some yellows that were good. You know, penalty kicks is always a mental exercise. You know, I think our guys were good. Steph guessed right or knew, you know, forced the guy to miss it wide. So all in all, yeah, mentally I think they checked the box.
And then defensively, how do you think your team played? Obviously, did play pretty well.
Yep. You guys will look at the stats. I didn't look at their expected goals, but you know, I didn't feel that they had a ton of real clear chances. Ponce's obviously a handful. Dorsey's obviously good, you know, but I'll see.
All right, we'll go Jose and then Chris in the back.
Brian, how satisfied were you with the fact that the players that haven't really seen a lot of play time within the last couple of months were able to come out and deliver for you?
If you're talking about Raul, great. We always knew he had it in him. He's been working hard at training. That's credit to him. You know, my opinion, the best chance we had is when he got the ball and he couldn't get his feet right and he shot it, but Rothrock was here. Raul, when he's in a good run of form, maybe finds that pass because Raul's smarter than a lot of guys, but you know, for him to step in the field in big moments, that's nothing new for Raul. He'll do fine when he's in Houston. I mean, I got plenty of confidence in him.
All right, over to Chris.
Brian, November 12, 2017, Alex Roldan scored the game-winning goal in the WAC championship for Beef Ewing. He comes through tonight. What did that goal, what does that moment mean for Alex?
And didn't we beat Houston in the playoffs that year too?
I believe you did as well.
Look, I knew we've been working on penalty kicks because it's a big deal in this best of 3 series. The games go right to penalty kicks, so we've been working on them. I think all of our penalty kick shooters were good tonight, but it's, you know, it's one of those childhood dreams. It's like you play in the backyard. I'm sure him and Christian have gone over that same scenario. I'm gonna take the winning free kick, or I'm gonna take the winning PK. I'm sure he's rehearsed that many times, but it was a great penalty and it ended the game.
All right, welcome front row to Nico Moreno.
Brian, just wanted to get your take on Pedro's first half, and did the changes were mainly, like you said, because you needed a true winger? Was it anything about his play that prompted that substitution?
I already answered that question over there. Pedro was fine. I mean, look, the kid had some good moments. He had some moments where he rushed through some things. We tried to make some adjustments at halftime. And it's unfortunate that he wasn't allowed to have any more time. But my job is to make sure that the team performs well. And he'll be fine. He's a talented young kid. He's gonna be fine.
Now, no player wants to get off the field, so obviously he's frustrated coming off the bench when he approaches you. Is that a conversation that you have with him? Make sure that he's ready for the next game?
Look, that's happened to me on 100 occasions. Whenever I took Ozzy out, or if I took Gustav out, or if I take De La Vega, or Nico, or Raul, or anybody, I mean, they're just high-powered athletes with a lot of, you know, in the heat of the moment. That's not a problem for me.
All right, we'll go to Nico Antune.
So Brian, the majority of the momentum throughout the game, what are some takeaways or any changes you would take into the Game 2 at Houston?
Well, again, I'll have to look at the tape, but again, defensively, the takeaways there, if we can keep a clean sheet there. I know Steph is now number 2 in playoff clean sheets, but instead of being a long ways away from the other guy, he's only 1 away from Hartman, who's got 15 clean sheets. So Steph has an opportunity in Houston to tie for number 1. So that's a goal that, you know, he can reach, he can attain, and let's see if he can do that, because that would give us the best chance of, you know, ending the series in Houston.
All right, we'll swing back around to the other side of the room, unless I missed anybody over here. We'll go over to Diego.
Congratulations on the win. In a good part of the second half of the game, Sounders played with one more player than Houston. Although that we were not able to achieve the win on the 90 minutes. Why do you believe that was the case? And then the second question is that in case of Morris not being able to play because of injury on the next game, will Raul Ruiz be starting?
So we didn't win the game because we didn't score. We couldn't score when we were a man up. I think I answered that before. And we will assess Jordan. I mean, it's hamstring tightness, so that gives me some hope. But again, we've got a game to kind of play with, you know, because it's the best of 3 and we won the first game. So that gives us a little bit of flexibility. I might be a little conservative, but if Jordan wakes up and he tells me that tightness is gone, he'll play. And if he can't play, then Raul is gonna be very happy to play, and I'll be happy for Raul.
His contribution to the team, not only from a physical, but from a leadership standpoint, can you talk about that and maybe bring us into how he augmented the value of the rest of your team?
Well, I just had written down the subs that I had made: JP, Danny, Raul, Masowski, and Reed. So good question, good timing. JP was great. I mean, that's the beauty of having a player like that, an experienced guy, a guy who makes players around him better. A guy who, is coming back from injury and wasn't 90 minutes fit. I didn't want to say anything to the press, but there was a limit on JP's minutes, and I actually pushed that a little bit because, the game was just going in that way. And so he was great, and it becomes, again, a challenging decision, because look, we're gonna get Obed back, and Christian's been good, and, there's certain things, and that competition will spur the team to, have good training sessions, and, we'll see where we land.
Jeremiah, still have one?
Sure, yeah. I guess how do you go into this next game knowing that you didn't play great necessarily offensively, but I'm sure you would love to close this out. I mean, does that change anything in terms of your approach for game two?
No, we approach every game to win. So, we're gonna do the best we can, and we'll assess Jordan, and then, if Raul's a starter, we'll make adjustments, and we'll get a good game plan together, and we'll play good defense, and we'll try and go down to Houston where we've had some good results.
All right, last couple Maz and then Nico.
Yeah, this kind of more Michael, in that same question, just how do you handle the next 6 days, training, balance?
Day off, training, game, fly to Houston, normal stuff, Mons. It's been a long season, we're used to it.
Looking forward to that game.
Yes, we are.
All right, Nico, we'll let you close us out once the mic gets over to you.
Make it good.
But just wanted to get your take on Cole Karski just read, what you saw, and obviously that's a big
It's a big loss.
for Houston going into the next game.
Well, Obed was a big loss for us this game. So red cards happen. I didn't see it during the live version of it, but certainly it was clear on the film, so, it's unfortunate for them. But that's what the game's all about, keeping your composure in critical moments. I know he wanted to get the ball from Jackson, but, I can't comment on that because that's Benny's responsibility. He's gotta have that conversation with his player, similar to what I had with Obed.
And how proud were they that in the little scuffle, your guys did keep their composure and they did not get, sent off in any way, shape, or form.
Well, we got a bunch of nice kids on our team. Nice young men.
Thank you.
Thanks all, locker room's open.
Sometimes too nice.